Hi everyone, this is Darrel from Make Indie Folk Music, and I'm really excited to offer a songwriting retreat that's happening here in Halifax, January 25th and 26th. I'm a music producer. I've been producing as a business for the last 4 years, mostly with singer-songwriters, both remotely as well as here in Halifax. In addition to that, I've been a music therapist for the last 20 years, working in healthcare, long-term care, dementia care, palliative care, mental health. I bring a lot of that experience to the table as well when we're talking about, creating an event where people can get together and learn about songwriting and production and making demos and things like that. So what are we doing at this songwriting retreat? So day one is going to be focused on writing. So we'll be digging into some songwriting techniques and things to try and questions and things like that based on wherever we find the blocks in our writing process. So sometimes the block is in the beginning where, generating new ideas, finding starting places, songwriting prompts, getting disciplined about writing, those kinds of things. Sometimes the challenges or the blocks are in the middle, once you have a song started, but you don't know where it's going, or, the second verse syndrome kind of thing. We have some techniques and things to try there as well. And sometimes the blocks are at the end. So if you have a song that's mostly done, or maybe it's finished and you've been playing it, but you feel like it's not quite there, there's something not quite right about it, we have some strategies there as well. So we'll be able to dig into each of those places. There will be some opportunity for co-writing if you're interested in that. I know some people are interested in that. Some people really do not want to do that. So I want to make it an option rather than something that I'm going to force you to do. So that's day one, writing. And day two is going to be focused more on the production side of things. So it doesn't mean that you need to be a producer to come to this. My goal for this is that you will come away feeling empowered to move ahead with getting your song produced. So we will be recording demos. So you'll have that to go away with, which is pretty great. You'll have that as an experience as well. But also we'll be digging into some of the questions around planning a production and how you can map out a production for your song that will fit your vision for it, the sounds you want, the feelings you want, how much those things cost, what are some steps you can take. And, so basically my goal is for you to walk out of this event with a roadmap that you can take. And if you want to decide to get your song produced, whether that's with me or with somebody else. So, and what makes this writing retreat unique from others? I think it will be unique because it's a small group. We'll get a chance to really dig in to working together, and sharing knowledge that you bring, as well as learning from one another in the group, and that you will have time to actually dig in and work on your own song, with support and feedback from the group. The type of feedback that I tend to give is more dramaturgical rather than prescriptive. So I'll be asking questions more around is this saying what you want it to say, and giving some suggestions of things to try rather than, prescribing and saying oh no, this is wrong and this, you should fix this or whatever. That's just tends to be the way that I work better. The other thing that's unique about this is the production component that you will, and through the lens of a songwriter rather than from a producer, it will be looking at how will the production that you envision, if you were to take it to that step, how would you see that supporting the song that you're writing, the emotional trajectory of your song, giving it a space to live in, a sonic space, to support it. to have the effect on the listener that you want to have. So those are the types of things that we'll be talking about and planning out. And as I mentioned, we'll get a chance to actually record a demo as well. So it won't be the full production, but guitar and voice or piano and voice, that kind of thing. Also, another unique thing I think is just my approach in terms of, and my experience with facilitating groups and with working with people that comes from being a music therapist for 20 years. This isn't a music therapy group, but it will be, using those skills of, listening to one another and empowering people to make, the steps that they want to make. My goal is to provide the structure and the knowledge for you to then be able to do what you want to do with your song on this weekend. So if that interests you at all, I'd love to hear from you. If you're interested but you don't live in this area, I'd love to hear from you as well. Or if there's some other reason like financial or timing or, whatever the reason is that you can't make this one or you don't want to come to this one, but you're interested in the idea, I would love to hear from you as well, because I do think that there may be other ways we can get this information out there and have these experiences together to support you in making the music that you want to make. Thanks so much for watching this video, and I hope that we get a chance to connect and follow along with one another on your music making journey. All right, thanks so much.